Yesterday, I did not tell you how I almost shouted, "Jesus of Nazareth!" when the man who had been an invalid for 38 years was asked to name the man who had told him to pick up his mat and walk. The joy in my voice would have easily betrayed me as a follower of Jesus, which I was still scared to admit publicly, and so I held my peace. The man did not know who had told him to pick his mat and walk, and I sympathized with him that he did not know Jesus. His sickness had had him lie at the pool of Bethesda for 38 years and reduced him to almost an empty shell of himself, with nothing more to hope for other than the false hope that he would one day be healed by the stirring of water by an angel. I remember wondering how many more people there were in Jerusalem who, like him, had never heard about Jesus for whatever reason. The Jewish leaders must also have been moved by his sincerity, and maybe by the guilt of having never gone to reach out to the man at the pool, even though they knew he was there all this time. They had never gone to teach him the laws of Moses that they taught to those who had the power and the ability to come and meet them at the synagogue. It must have ashamed them that Jesus had reached out to the man before they did, and now the man believed and obeyed Jesus more than the laws that they taught others. These may be what made them forgive the man and let him go, but not without strict instructions that he should find out who had healed him and report back to them. What the Pharisees and the man did not, however, know was that no one could find Jesus. He finds you. Jesus finds you. You don't find him. And indeed, later in the day, Jesus found the man who had been healed after 38 years. He found him at the temple and said to him, "See, you are well again. Stop sinning or something worse may happen to you." The man went away and told the Jewish leaders that it was Jesus who had made him well. They, of course, already knew it was Jesus who had healed him, but would not admit it. They hated Jesus, and they hated him because he had power and authority to do things that they could never do. They could see that he was an extraordinary man, but they were not willing to admit it, because doing so would mean them admitting that they did not know all that they taught. It would mean that they did not know all the things that they thought that they knew. It would mean them forsaking everything that they knew and humbly going to the poor, little-known carpenter's son from Nazareth to be taught afresh. It would mean them being born again. Ha ha! Oh my goodness! Did I just say born again? Ha ha! My goodness, I did. Yes, I did. I just said it. I have become more and more like Jesus. Oh my. I was shocked at how I was becoming more like Jesus. And while I did not mind it, I was still not ready to admit it openly. And maybe it was because there were so many things I could not explain about this man Jesus. For example, while I was happy that the man who had been an invalid for that 8 years had been healed, I could not understand or explain why Jesus had chosen to heal him on a Sabbath. The man had waited for that 8 years and could surely have waited for a few more hours for the Sabbath to end and be healed. Why did Jesus choose to break a law that was clearly written in the Torah? Why did he choose to do this to do a good thing? Why could he not just do the right thing at the right time in the right way? Why did he have to do things differently and offend the Jewish traditions and the leaders? Why could he not just be normal? Join me tomorrow and I will tell you how he answered my questions on why he healed on the Sabbath when confronted by the Jewish leaders.